Let us start with the next chapter of chemistry, that is p block elements. Here you can see the layout of periodic table. On the left side we have s block elements. On the right side we have p block elements. In s block elements, the last electron enters the s subshell, and in p block elements, the last electron enters the p subshell. S and p block elements together are called representative elements. In between S and P block, we have D block elements. Here, in this chapter, we will concentrate only on P block elements. You can see in this that the outer electronic configuration of P block elements is NS2 NP126. It consists of elements from group 13 to group 18. Now these are the P block elements. Among these P block elements, group 13 and 14 you had already studied in class 11th, and now we will start from group 15 elements. These are the group 15 elements: nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony and bismuth. These are also called nicogens. It is a German word which means choke. Nitrogen, in the absence of oxygen, chokes the human beings. That's why these are called nicogens. If we talk about their occurrence first, in atmosphere, nitrogen consists of 78% by volume. It is also present in Earth's crust in the form of sodium nitrate and potassium nitrate. It is also present in the form of proteins in plants and animals. Phosphorus occurs in the minerals of apatite family like fluorapatite. Fluorapatite is the main component of phosphate rocks. Phosphorus is also an essential constituent of animal and plant matter. It is present in bones as well as in living cells. Phosphoproteins are present in milk and eggs. Arsenic, antimony and bismuth are found mainly as their sulfides. Now let us talk about the periodic trends in their properties, and first we will study atomic and ionic radii. The covalent and ionic radii increases down the group. From nitrogen to phosphorus, there is a considerable increase. However, from arsenic to bismuth, there is a small increase. It is due to the presence of completely filled d and or f orbitals. Ionization enthalpy decreases down the group because of increase in atomic size. If you compare the ionization enthalpy of group 15 with group 14, you will find the ionization enthalpy of group 15 elements is much greater because of extra stable half filled p orbital configuration. In the order of successive ionization enthalpy is third ionization enthalpy is greater than second ionization enthalpy, which is further greater than first ionization enthalpy. Next is electronegativity. Electronegativity decreases down the group due to increase in atomic size. Then metallic character. Metallic character also increases down the group. Metallic character depends upon ionization enthalpy. Lower the ionization enthalpy, more will be the metallic character. Boiling point also increases down the group because of increase in atomic size. Melting point, however, increases up to arsenic and then decreases up to bismuth. Oxidation states. The common oxidation states of these elements are -3, +3 and +5. Tendency to exhibit -3 oxidation state decreases down the group due to increase in size and metallic character. Bismuth hardly form any compound with -3 oxidation state. Stability of +5 oxidation state decreases down the group, whereas that of +3 increases, and this is due to inert pair effect. Nitrogen also shows +1, +2 and +4 oxidation states with oxygen. Phosphorus shows +1 and +4 oxidation states in some oxo acids. Covalency. Maximum covalency in nitrogen is restricted to 4 because 1s and 3p, total 4 orbitals are available for bonding. However, in heavier elements, there is a presence of weakened d orbital. So, they can expand their covalency up to 6. For example, in PF6 negative. You have also studied that first member of each group behaves differently from the rest of the members of the same group because of its small size, high electronegativity, high ionization enthalpy and non-availability of d orbitals. In group 15 also, nitrogen shows anomalous behavior. Some of the examples are nitrogen is a gas while all others are solids. Nitrogen is diatomic whereas others are tetraatomic. Nitrogen forms hydrogen bonds in its hydrides. Nitrogen forms p-pi multiple bonds, whereas in heavier elements they form d-pi p-pi bond. Nitrogen shows variety of oxidation states from -3 to +5. Because of the absence of d orbital, nitrogen does not form any coordination compound. Catenation tendency is weaker in nitrogen as n single bond is not formed. Then reactivity towards hydrogen. All elements of group 15 form hydrides of type EH3, where E is any element from group 15. Stability of these hydrides decreases down the group. This is due to their bond dissociation enthalpy, which also decreases down the group. Since it is easier to break BiH bond, that's why it is less stable. Since it is easier to break BiH bond, that's why it is a strong reducing agent and is a strong base. So their reducing character increases down the group, whereas basic character also increases down the group. Then reactivity towards oxygen. All elements of this group form two types of oxides, E2O3 and E2O5. The oxide in higher oxidation state, that is E2O5, is more acidic than that of lower oxidation state, that is E2O3. 3. Their acidic character decreases down the group. Oxides of type E2O3 of nitrogen and phosphorus are purely acidic. That of arsenic and antimony, amphoteric, and those of bismuth are predominantly basic. Reactivity towards halogens. These elements also form two types of halides, EX3 and EX5. Nitrogen, however, does not form pentahalide due to non-availability of d orbitals. Pentahalides are more covalent than trihalides. All trihalides except those of nitrogen are stable. In case of nitrogen, only NF3 is known to be stable. Except BiF3, all other trihalides are predominantly covalent in nature. Reactivity towards metals. All these elements react with metals to form their binary compounds. For example, calcium nitride, calcium phosphide, sodium arsenide, zinc antimonide, and magnesium bismuth. So this is all for today.